very important question. Are we going to take this test? We got to think about how we're going to spend our time and energy. So we want to think about this in terms of different intervals. As far as the first 3 times the new SAT is given, you do not want to take the new SAT. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what the circumstances are, you do not take that test. And I'll tell you exactly why. The first reason is that there'll be problems in the first 3 new SATs. We just know this from the track record of the College Board, the maker of the SAT. Back in 2005, the College Board changed the SAT, and quite frankly, it was a disaster. It's the kind of thing where, for which there are all sorts of flaws in the test. They spent months trying to figure out how to score the test in a way that took into account the mistakes. Now, that's exactly the kind of scenario you don't want to be in as a teenager getting ready for college. I mean, just imagine taking a new SAT and then having to spend months, potentially, thinking about what's going to happen with the scoring and what's going to happen with your result. That's something you completely want to avoid. Okay? So that's as far as the first time interval. Right now, for the ACT and the current SAT, we have out there a lot of tests that were actual tests given by the test makers. So for example, when it comes to the current SAT, you can find about 20 tests that were actual tests. So, that's great practice material to work out of. Same thing with the ACT. With the ACT, we have about 15 tests out there that were actual tests. Now, let's keep in mind that the absolute best way to get ready for one of these tests is to take full-length time practice tests that were actual tests. Now, let's think about what's going to be the case with the new SAT. First 3 times it's given, you're not going to have tests that are without serious flaws. So after test number 3, you're going to be in a position for which, we don't have any great actual practice test material, but we have the ACT, which has a lot of actual practice tests to work out of. Now, the second really important thing to keep in mind is that the College Board, the company that makes the SAT, is making the new SAT, so it's a lot like the ACT, which means that there's not going to be a very big consideration as far as, what's the test like for the ACT, what's the test like for the SAT, because they're going to be most likely very similar, because the College Board, is concerned about more and more people taking the SAT. They want the new SAT to be like the current, like the ACT. Now, the third thing to keep in mind is that when it comes to applying to colleges across the board look at the ACT in the same light the same light that they have for the SAT. It's not the kind of thing for which a really top college says, this applicant did really well in the SAT, this applicant did really well in the ACT, doing well in the SAT is more impressive. It does not work that way. If you have a score in the ACT, you can use a conversion table to find out almost exactly what the equivalent would be for the SAT. So there's absolutely no consideration whatsoever, what tests are the colleges most impressed by. It's not the way it works. It's something that we all need to keep in mind. So I hope that gives you a picture of what to think about when it comes to whether or not you should take the new SAT.